and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Peteryne. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. So we are at the county meet final between Lofa and Nimba counties. This is a big deal in Liberia if you are not aware. County meet is basically the soccer tournament between the various counties in Liberia. And the final was obviously a big deal. So it was extremely crowded. This is outside of the stadium. We were just trying to make our way to purchase tickets. And this was my first sporting event in Liberia. I tend to avoid large crowds everywhere. So, but Stephen convinced me to go. I was really hesitant to go, but he said that things had improved and things were a little bit more organized than previous years. So. We actually purchased our ticket from someone who was selling tickets outside because we could not get to the ticketing area. Unfortunately, ladies did not have to stand in line to make their way into the stadium. You just had to have your ticket wristband. The men had to.
Well, women didn't stay in line. They said women should go in. And the men were busy with switch.
We got there a little bit sooner so we can have good seats because the stadium tends to fill up pretty quickly even if you do have tickets. So the first game that we saw was the ending of the women's kickball match. So Lofa won the women's kickball game, and as they were, circling the field celebrating, people were throwing things at them like bottles of water, beer, and I just couldn't understand it because I've been to several sporting events and I've seen overexcited crowds before. No one throws things like that, like a lot, at the players as they're walking around the field. And there's always security in the stands to kind of prevent things like this. I'm not saying it doesn't happen where players get hit with stuff, they do, but there are always consequences. In Liberia, it seemed to be a thing. gearing up for the third place match. So this was between Bond County and Margibit County. And they were just getting settled on the field and doing the picture, photo ops and everything. I think the most exciting part of being at the game is just the back and forth between fans. The field was mostly populated with fans from Lofa, but there was a nice back and forth between the fans from Nimba and the fans from Lofa, and I laughed most of the time because some of the conversations was just hilarious. I was puzzled again. The match between Bong and Maggie was still going on. However, the players from Lofa was allowed to, kind of circle the field at the same time. So it took away from people watching the match, and people were throwing things again at the players from Lofa, which I don't understand. And now the players from Nimba are circling the field, and as you can see, they're getting thrown with bottles. I think it was in this moment that I got smacked across my face by the guy sitting behind me as he was attempting to throw a bottle. His hands hit me right above my eye. Again, it's pretty annoying for people to be throwing stuff at the players. You're injuring other people because of this behavior. I don't understand it. So the players did not circle the entire field because the attacks was getting pretty intense. So they just went back into, I guess, their locker rooms. But again, it takes away from whatever this is supposed to be. Walking the field for the fans to see them. Just throwing bottles like bag water, bottled water, beer. Everything was getting thrown at them. And I think like I said, it takes away from the experience of watching a good game. So the players from Nimba are back on the field, and we're still doing the same thing. Well, they are still doing the same thing. There was definitely excitement in the crowd as you have two of Liberia's biggest artists, Bucky Raw, who is from Nimba, and Kobazi from Lofa. So they were kind of cheering on their various counties, and that hyped the crowd up a lot. So the fans from Nima brought GB on the field. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. So after the Bond County and Margibi County game, it was the awards ceremony where they did the photo ops as well. They presented checks to, the kickball game, the winners of the kickball game, and the third place, and so forth. So this was before the main game, the Nimba and Lofa game. The president was in attendance, and he came on the field to congratulate the teams and make a few remarks. So Nimba is in the red and Lofa County is in green. You already know which county I'm cheering for the best and the winner, of course. And Steven is for the other team. An all out physical fight broke out in the stands right above us. It was pretty intense with the guys dragging each other, in the stands. But there was no security to stop it. There were other people that had to intervene, but they kept fighting multiple times. It was I mean, we couldn't even really pay attention to the game because you have to be cautious to make sure that you don't get hit. But it's lack of security, you know. As you can see, there are multiple police officers and law enforcement, but they're down on the field. We try getting their attention to, come up and at least take the people who are fighting out, but to no avail. They were just walking the fields and, minding their business. I was getting pretty irritated because another fight broke out. There were actually multiple fights in just our little section. And it's annoying because outside of going to restaurants and eating and drinking, there are very few activities or things to do in Liberia. So when you go to, a game or something, you just want to chill and enjoy that moment, and we just couldn't enjoy it fully because of all the fights. And like I said, you have to be careful. You don't want to get hit. You're sitting in the stands. You don't want to get thrown down or something. So it was really annoying. Go for Lofa. After each goal, they throw beverages across the field, and unfortunately, I got drenched with beer and water and everything. So it was not good. Also, I'm not sure exactly what was going on. There were at least 10 people that had to be taken away on stretchers. I'm not sure what was going on, but it was crazy.
The stretcher and bring the stretcher here. While the person is now they're bringing the stretcher from there. Well, and the California gets another one going. And then the I'm done. I'm done.
Another goal meant getting more drinks thrown in the crowd. So I had to find coverage under Steven's shirt. Well, we actually left the game in the 60th minutes. I think it was three. Nimba had three, and Lofa had one at the time, and we left the game. It was just too much. People just couldn't celebrate like normal, so we were getting soaked. People were fighting in the stands, and it just seemed like it just wasn't fun anymore. So maybe this will improve, but to be honest, I don't see myself going back for another game. Maybe unless I'm in one of those box seats that I think you only get invitations to sit in. So that means I will not be going to any more games here. This was an experience, and I'm glad I got to experience it and see it in person. But I just cannot do it again. Of course, Nimba won 3-2. I mean, that was expected. They're the best. Um, but I'm glad they won. But I just won't be repeating this experience again. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.